Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Cardinal Sports Network's presentation of basketball at Trinity Valley Community College. We are coming to you live from Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym, where tonight we have a big Region 14 Conference men's game between the 8th-ranked Cardinals of Trinity Valley Community College, 23-3 overall, 13-2 in conference play, against the Tyler Junior College Apaches, 18-7 on the season, 8-7 in conference play. In the first meeting between these two over in Tyler, the Cardinals scored a 67-64 win. I'm Benny Rogers, the Sports Information Officer here at Trinity Valley Community College, and I'm joined by Tim Howard, the News and Sports Director at KCKL 95.9 FM. And Tim, I think we both can be in agreement on this one. This may be a knockdown drag out here.
Yeah, you can't let the Apaches record fool you. Conference play, I mean, everybody is capable of knocking out everybody, and this is a very talented group. Tyler coming in here wanting to really take it to the Cardinals. Of course, Coach Chris Ballman and the Cardinals are playing lights out. They're 23-3, 13-2 in conference play, and rattled off quite a streak. The other night they overcame some challenges, and down the stretch were able to put it away. So that's exciting news. Looking forward to a good one this evening.
That's the game set for you. Now let's allow the 2014-15 Cardinal basketball team members to introduce themselves.
Nikolai Brown, sophomore center from Monica, Jamaica.
Middlesbrough, Fred Wayne from Houston, Texas.
Alepso Blanco, sophomore combo guard from Passaic, New Jersey.
Johnson Thomas, sophomore forward from Atlanta, Georgia.
Ronald Johnson, freshman point guard from Houston, Texas.
My name is D2 Basil, sophomore point guard from Houston, Texas.
Jacoby Bush, freshman forward, Houston, Texas.
Clarence Williams, sophomore forward from Tallahassee, Florida.
Shelton Hadjigos, sophomore guard from Westbury, New York.
Jerry Luckett, freshman forward from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Preston Anderson, redshirt freshman, guard from Kagan, Texas.
I'm Ladarian Choice, freshman point guard out of Dallas, Texas.
Aldonis Spud, sophomore forward from Peoria, Illinois.
Devontae Jackson, freshman forward, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym. That was the introduction of the 2014-15 Cardinal basketball team. And again, we'll reset things for you. The Cardinals 23-3, 13-2, and have a 2-game lead over Navarro in the East Zone of Region 14 Conference. And Tyler's one of those teams that is battling in the middle of the pack of the East Zone. They're still would like to get you got to finish in the top 2 of your zone to get a bye at the regional tournament. So that probably seems a little far-fetched for Tyler. But Tyler's definitely working on its playoff seeding. The Apaches are coached by my good buddy Mike Marquis in his 14th season at TJC. They're coming off a 97-86 up and down the floor game to Navarro over in Corsicana this past Wednesday night. While the Cardinals are coached by Chris Ballman now in his 3rd year. Of course, last year he led the Cardinals to the national tournament for the first time since 1999. They had an Elite 8 finish. Chris came to Trinity Valley from Garden City, where he led Garden City to the national tournament, and I think a 6th place finish in 2006. But we're just expecting a great one here. The game, as I mentioned, the last time around it was 67-64. TVCC led that one 33-32 at halftime. And Tim, that was just one of those games that was just close the entire way.
Yeah, and it could very well be that same kind of ball game this evening, Benny, as both these teams when they get together. It's you don't want to use the word chief with the Apaches, but I mean it's top of the line. The choice matchups and forget everything about what's happened prior. I mean everybody brings their A game. It's A1, and looking forward to this one with a lot of anticipation.
TJC is averaging 84.9 points a game and giving up 51.0. The Cardinals are averaging 81.8 and giving up 59.8. So these two teams are really tightly matched. When you look at the statistics up and down the line, they're just pretty close. And it was a hard-fought game over at Wagstaff Gym, and we expect that kind of game here tonight at Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym.
May not be enough superlatives to watch these two teams warm up as it is. I mean, because, you know, you got the NBA All-Star Game, slam dunk competition, and who doesn't love something like that? But watching these guys come out on the floor, it's sometimes you marvel at some of the abilities that they have.
Well, you definitely do, and boy, I see sitting a lot of Cardinal history sitting over on the front row across the way. When you see Danny Hughes talking to Michael Battle, both are members of the Cardinal Hall of Fame. Of course, Danny inducted in 2010, and I think Michael's inducted in that 2009. And boy, they both had great careers here for Coach Leon Spencer back in Michael Battle's days in the 70s and Danny Hughes' days in the mid-80s. And, of course, we had the ceremony here a couple of years ago naming the court in Leon Spencer's honor, Leon Spencer Court. And now we're about ready for the introduction of the starting lineups, and then we'll be ready for TVCC, TJC basketball.
The Tyler Apaches and your Trinity Valley Cardinals. Some of you may have already heard this announcement, but here it comes again. The National Junior
Got a little housekeeping duties going on here on the PA right now, so we'll tell you that in the ladies' game, if you're just now joining us, the second-ranked Lady Cardinals defeated the 11th-ranked Apache ladies 70-61 to extend their conference winning streak to. It's just hard to believe and be able to say this. 70 games.
you hear that, or you're driving down the road, or you're watching the broadcast here and you think, oh, there's a typo somewhere. 70 straight. That is impressive, and you don't want to ever miss that. What that's about. That's incredible.
And now here are the starting lineups for the Apaches.
Number 3, Dominique Shaw.
Dominique Shaw is averaging 14.2 points, 3.3 assists, and has hit 12 three-pointers.
Shaw out of Lufkin.
Faith Pope is averaging 11.7 points and has 27 three-pointers. Ronnie Stacy's averaging 4.5 assists.
From Waterloo, Iowa, number 33 is Dale Jones.
Dale Jones has 81 three-pointers on the season.
He is something to watch out for.
He's averaging 7.5 rebounds a game.
Big 6'10" freshman from Sioux City.
In the first game, Shaw led the Apaches with 25 points, and the Cardinals were led by Doobie Thomas and Dedrick Basil with 18 each.
On the home side with a seeded record of 23-3.
So now the Cardinals about to be introduced here at home.
Number 8 in the country is our own Trinity Valley Cardinals. From Mandeville, Jamaica, number 00 is Nick Brown.
Nick Brown is averaging 4.3 rebounds a game for the Cardinals. Dedrick Bazile is averaging 4.4 points a game. Hagagel is averaging 11.8 points and has a team-high 47 three-pointers. Preston Anderson has got 33 three-pointers on the season.
Anderson bringing gifts on the floor. They're throwing out T-shirts here this afternoon.
And Devontae Jackson is averaging 4.7 points and 4.4 rebounds. So here's your final game set. The Cardinals ranked 8th, 23-3, 13-2 in conference. They've won 10 straight games. They're coming off an 81-58 win over Panola. Tyler lost its last game 97-86 to Navarro. They're 18-7 on the season, 8-7 in conference play. Should be a up and down the floor type game. Last time it wasn't, though. It was a grinder, but I think this one might be played at a faster pace, and we'll see what team can turn the best defensive effort. And here's Tim Howard with the play-by-play.
Thank you, Benny, and looking forward to getting this thing underway as Brown will be at the center stripe to jump. Nikolai 6'10" out of Mandeville, Jamaica. So here is the toss, controlled by the Apaches. Try and work it left side. Thought about going in the paint. Now they'll swing perimeter and knocked away by Brown. Quick foul coming here by the big fella down low.
Yeah, Nick did a great job of getting in the passing lane and batting the ball away, and then, of course, the TJC defender then to have to hold him to keep him from getting the steal, so that worked out to the Cardinals' favor.
So the ball will be inbounded. Here comes Basil down the floor. Cards trying to get to that magical post down low where they can work the inside-out game and free things up for them a little bit in the paint. Anderson struggled a little bit the other night. See if they can get him in the flow a little bit earlier tonight.
5 on the shot clock.
Long three, and that won't reset the clock. It goes out of bounds with 1 on the clock. So Diedrich off the mark there.
That's a good defensive stand there by the Apaches. Made the Cardinals use the entire shot clock and then get an air ball out of it.
So with scoreless game here early on, the Cards are back on the defense. That man-to-man. Nice hands from Haggerty. Freeing himself left side. Now driving is Shaw. Kick out pass all the way to the glass. Nice take to the hole. Basket for Stacy.
Nice move by Stacy, scoring the first points of the game.
Ronnie, explosive step there. Here comes the Cardinals. Haggerty thought about 3. Now pass and kick out to the left side. They'll swing it around over to Haggerty. He'll drive. Had it blocked from behind, picked up on the baseline and passed out to Ronnie Stacy. So the Apaches looking good defensively early in this thing.
A lot of contact inside down there.
Pass in the paint, the shot over a skying Nikolai Brown. It's a good thing. Cards down early.
4-0 Apaches.
Basil top, going right side. Now swings it back over. Preston ran into traffic and quickly got it back out to the left side. There's a long 3. This time it is money. Preston Anderson, he's made a living off that this year. Good to see him getting going early.
That's his 34th three-pointer on the season.
So just like that, back to a 1-point game. Pressure really coming out hard for the Cards. Shots off the mark. Another offensive rebound, though.
There's Nick Brown's very active tonight so far early in the first 3 minutes of this game. Got his hands on 2 balls now.
Yeah, and that is a big fella headed down in the paint. As you're trying to put a body on Akina, it's going to be a physical contest. Can't wait to see the matchup like we did a few weeks back as Doobie was on him, Justin Thomas.
Haven't seen Doobie in the game just yet for the Cardinals as Chris Bauman has stayed with his starting 5.
Good ball movement. Now they'll find the man. Gets the shooter's roll.
Well, you pointed that out right, Tim. That was just great ball movement there by the Apaches.
Cardinals trying to get that inside game open up a little bit. They've had to work that perimeter quite a bit. About to have a couple of substitutions coming on with Williams and Thomas. This time right side, and he is on fire. Preston Anderson is 2 for 2 from beyond the arc here in the first 3.5 minutes of this ball game.
Well, just a great job at TJC of distributing the basketball, moving around. They didn't come away with points there, but it's not because they didn't do a great job of getting a good look.
Missed the easy one down there. Now a turnover. That one got away from Jackson. 6-6 early going. Devontae closed out well, and then coming down with the ball, Sheldon Haggerty. Backdoor pass. Just a little off, and he did not get to finish. The alley-oop and the jump. Now here's a chance to capitalize on the fast break, and they will. The Apaches go to Shaw.
He had 25 against the Cardinals in the first meeting over at Wagstaff to lead all scorers.
So Shaw now increases that lead to 2. Left baseline, thought about forcing. Now they'll set it up. 20 on the clock. Going left side, Haggerty driving in trouble, goes up They're going to call it on the floor.
That would have really been one of those continuation plays there if they'd have given him that bucket.
Little NBA action
I'm telling
there.
you.
So with the 15.5 mark into the ballgame comes Jostin Thomas and Clarence Williams on for Brown and Jackson. The Cardinals can keep hitting from the outside. That'll free things up even more so on the inside, you got to think.
Well, they just beat the 5-second call there.
Barely. Yeah, I mean, that was very close. So setting it up. Going with Utah. They'll set that play up, trying to go left baseline. Not there, so they'll set up. Try it again. Diedrich and Sheldon working that left side. Gets the screen down. Kick out to Anderson. Third three of the first half. This time it won't go.
Doobie clears the rebound for the Cardinals.
So with an offensive rebound, Cardinals back in business, under 15 to go here in the first half. Pass to Williams. He'll take the shot.
Got to hit that one.
Boy, no one on him, and it
was wide open.
Yeah, it's one of those that percentage-wise is normally count that one, but not that trip. Cardinals defense coming out, and it affected the shot there. Did not draw iron, hit the backside of the board. Rebound, Hagagol coming over to Diedrich. Top of the key, looking for the screen now. Penetrates, kick out. Shot on its way. Fadeaway shot. Not what the doctor ordered that time. And a chance to get points off the fast break. They will. Count the basket that time for Faith Pope.
So the Apaches have 10 points and 5 different players have scored, Tim.
That's excellent distribution here early going for Tyler Junior College. Anderson going right side. Now he'll kick it back. There's a three-pointer. It's good. Sheldon Hagagol makes it a 10-9 game.
Cardinals now have 3 3-pointers.
Pass down in the paint. Way too easy.
Too easy.
A lot of finger pointing and talking as they come down, making sure who's got who and who's covering over the top. So this time Diedrich will pass it off to Sheldon. Hagagol back to Basil. In the paint to Williams, or down low. This time too much down low, and he missed the gimme. That's
Doobie missed that one. Got to hit that one.
That's a gimme shot for Thomas. He's been deadly down there, and that just was frustrating for Cardinal fans.
That was a good look there too.
Yeah, that's a one that Coach Bauman's going to say, we got to close better on that. There's a baseline jumper for Clarence.
We're seeing some wide open shots missed.
And that is a rarity. Both these teams are too good for that, quite honestly. So
TJC's hitting 62.5% from the floor. That's just unheard of on the season.
That is a tough play to defend there. If he's going to be hitting those, it's going to be a long night as the freshman from Sioux City puts that one through. Apaches have opened it up to a 5-point advantage. This time they go left side, working it down low to Doobie, blocks him down, shot, and count the bucket.
Wow, that's one of those that we saw in the women's game where the big wide-bodied person kind of doesn't get the benefit of the doubt, but Doobie got the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, and definitely talk about a continuation. That was one of those with a timeout on the floor, 12:15 to go.
You are watching Cardinal basketball on the Cardinal Sports Network.
This basketball season, support your favorite team at Cardinal Gym. But if you can't be here, tune in live to Cardinal Sports Network on tvcc.edu for the best in sports coverage. Join Benny Rogers and Tim Howard as they host every game in the spring semester. Don't miss a minute of action, live or online on the Cardinal Sports Network. Saturday, February 21st, Cards take on Bossier Parish. Don't miss the action. A quality, affordable education is not out of reach. In fact, it's closer and more convenient than you might think. Trinity Valley Community College, with locations in Athens, Palestine, Terrell, and Kaufman, offers day and evening courses, online courses, and provides dual credit classes for high school students.
TVCC is also home to several national championship sports programs.
And we are back out of a media timeout at Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym. TJC up 14-11 with 12:15 left in the first half, Tim.
Yeah, no, Thomas has two early going, a chance to add to it at the free throw line here. Leading scorer right now for Trinity Valley is Preston Anderson with those 2 3-pointers. See if Justin can connect, and he does get the conventional 3-point play. So a 2-point advantage for Tyler Junior College. They'll come around, see if this timeout helps the defense of the Cards.
Cardinal defense is going to be very alert tonight because Tyler's doing such a great job of moving the ball around. They're getting good looks just like that one there, Tim.
Good entry-level pass, now an offensive rebound, and Williams this time will pull it down for Trinity Valley.
There have been some wide-open shots missed early on.
So the Cardinals trying to work it down low to Williams. DeLepso Blanco in the ball game. Running the top, now they'll go Basil. He's on for Hagagal. DeLepso going over to Clarence on the right baseline. And Trinity Valley really being very patient with 8 on the clock. There's a 3 from that right corner out of bounds. That's a fresh 35-second shot clock for Trinity.
Yeah, Doobie got lucky there because Doobie was out of position on the rebound and went up over the back. Didn't without any contact, but it went off the TJC player, so the Cardinals will maintain possession.
So DeLepso takes the ball on the entry level. They'll swing it left side. Nice dish down low. Put it up.
Oh, my goodness. What a wraparound pass by Dedrick Basil.
You know, I take him so for granted what he does, and then my son takes me out in the backyard or the driveway, and it's not near as easy as it looks, but not enough descriptive words for calling him, is there? So Thomas at the free throw line, gonna have a chance here to add or cut that lead, and missing at the free throw line. So see if Doobie can connect here. Get the Cards within 1.
Missed both of them. But the rebound's controlled by Blanco.
So DeLepso will get that back over to Dedrick. Basil with a pick, now pulls up, stops, won't get that to flow. The rebound, it was almost taken by Aldana's foot, but finally controlled by number 32, John Paul. Cards really extending the D out on this possession.
Number 24 on the floor for the Apaches. Don't have his number down, so we'll have to work to get that for you. So we apologize for that.
They're going to get Blanco on a hack, so the foul.
That's the first team foul against the Cardinals, almost halfway through the first half.
That's a tribute to some excellent hustling out there on that floor and playing defense with your feet, not reaching.
And good officiating.
Yeah, absolutely. Let them play. Let them play.
There's a turnaround jumper. It's good. I apologize. I don't have that young man's on my roster.
So the Cardinals now down by 4. They'll come right side this time. Nothing there. They'll try and set it up again. Williams trying to flash to the open spot. Just a little triangle action there. 15 on the shot clock. Right side, good drive. Cut off, though, by the Apaches. Williams going to now force with 5. Puts it through. Clarence Williams, nice bucket.
His first points of the game. Sheldon Haggard is going to check back into the contest for the Cardinals.
Well, that's a good look from Shaw to free himself momentarily, but good closeout by Williams. So with 9.5 to go.
15 on the shot clock.
They're really making them work. Shaw over to Stacy. Shot on the way is good.
4 points for number 24. Try to get his name for you at halftime.
Pass off to Thomas. Skip pass, right wing. Delepso shot. Has the shooter's roll there.
Yeah, he definitely got that, Tim.
Got the rim, backboard part of the square, and net for the bucket.
This time the shot's missed by 24.
Yeah, and it's a nice rebound from Clarence. Adonis driving to the basket. Good things happen when you can create, get to the bucket. He will go to the free throw line.
Adonis is one of those players, too, that plays very aggressive. When he makes his mind up, he's going. It really doesn't matter what the defense is doing.
And he definitely took a tumble there. Like he was on one of those slip and slides back in the day.
Way back in the day.
A couple of substitutions coming on here for the Cardinals. First free throw is good, makes it a 1-point lead for Tyler Junior College.
Dedrick Basil's gone the distance for the Cardinals at point guard so far, too, Tim. So that's something to keep your eye on there because you want a fresh Dedrick in that second half.
Absolutely, and Dedrick he's just one of those guys that you can't do without. He's seemingly all over the place all of the time. Good pressure here, making TJC work, and there's a steal. The benefactor is going to be Dedrick. Coast down to the right side and going to get him for steps on that.
That's the third turnover against the Cardinals, and TJC has turned it over twice.
So with 8.5 to go here, it's a tie game, knotted up at 18. Trinity Valley bringing the pressure here, making them work extremely hard. They may have something going here. Trying to dribble through it and could not get a hand on it. There's Adonis slapping it into the stands beyond the goal.
A great job of Adonis Foote of realizing what was coming his way and stepping in the passing lane and not getting the turnover but delaying the TJC possession.
Much different than having a fast court shot than trying to inbound underneath. They'll throw it all the way back into the back court to bring it up with 20 on the shot clock. Good shot and drive by John Paul out of St. Lucie.
6'11" sophomore, that's his first points of the game, and he gives TJC the lead again at 20-18. Slow-paced game to this point. We're seeing a lot of open shots missed.
It's the one that you had to feel good about when it left, but does not connect. So the Cards give the Apaches another chance here to extend. This time the Apaches going to be very slow to attack. Now they go. And one coming here. That take is by Levi Yancey.
Out of White Oak, Texas, won a state championship as a senior at White Oak.
And Levi knew what to do, going to the glass there, uses the left hand, the right arm to shield the defender from him, and goes high off the backboard. Now a chance to complete the three-point play.
And Chris Bauman's still working to try to get his defense in the right sync. I don't think he's entirely happy just yet with where that's at, but to TJC's credit, TJC's doing a great job of distributing the basketball.
And Yancey will complete that transition, so it is now a 5-point advantage for TJC. Here's Hagagol, pass down in the paint, nice entry level, nice finish as Nikolai Brown goes strong to the basket. Anderson will check back in momentarily. Aldonis coming around backside, reaching.
There's really no need for that foul because you had the heading trapped along the baseline, actually.
Got a little impatient there, and it will cost him.
Preston Anderson is going to check back into the game for the Cardinals, and we're going to have our next media timeout of the game. You're watching Cardinal basketball on the Cardinal Sports Network.
A quality, affordable education is not out of reach. In fact,
It's It's closer and more convenient than you might think.
Trinity Valley Community College, with locations in Athens, Palestine, Terrell, and Kaufman, offers day and evening courses, online courses, and provides dual credit classes for high school students.
TVCC is also home to several national championship sports programs.
What you got in the bag? Big Mac, fries. I'll play you for it. My lunch, first one to miss, watches the other one eat. Put it, $5.40. That was nice, dude. Smooth, Dwight.
Great show, guys. And thanks for lunch.
Who's that? I have no idea. You taking our lunch, dude?
Welcome back to Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym. 6:58 left in the first half. TJC up 23-20.
Cardinals defense working hard there. They will get the ball in, and pretty close to that 5-second violation there, as they were very patient trying to get it in. Finally, it will be backcourt entry level. Shot not going to go over the top. Easy call there, as
John Paul
used Preston Anderson as a stepladder.
Sure did. That's putting it mildly.
Yeah. Brutalized him there. So with 6:45 to go, Cards chance to tie it with a 3 here. Coming right side to Aldonis.
Diedrich just yet to score in the game, and he had 18 against Tyler the first time around, and Doobie also had 18 against Tyler.
Some nice adjustments that the Apaches have made tonight. That was an interesting shot. You saw the rotation, then it didn't go down, rotated again, and finally, second time around, goes through. So Cardinals within 1. Nice control that time on the rebound. It looked like he had done all the hard, heavy lifting. Fight for that ball, and it's going to be a timeout.
Adonis Foot stepped in and called that timeout there, saving the possession for the Cardinals.
So with 5:51 to go, still 1-point lead here, and Trinity Valley will talk about it. Got a 30-second timeout on the floor. And with the Cardinals down a point here, the Apaches have got to feel real good about the way they played early on in this ball game, Benny, the first 15 minutes or so.
No question about that, Tim. And we've been told that Tyler Miller is wearing number 24 for the Apaches. He was listed as number 34 on the roster. But that kind of clears up that confusion there. Tyler Miller, a 6'6" sophomore out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But it's a 23-22 game, as Tim mentioned. At halftime of the first meeting over in Wagstaff, it was 33-32 TVCC. So we're around that same pace game right now.
And the Cardinals will draw it up, and you know this is going to be one of those games that, like anything TJC and Trinity Valley, it's going to be a battle.
Oh, no doubt.
Doesn't matter if it's football, basketball.
We've seen the football games have basketball scores.
Well, I was going to say most of the games have football. In fact, Coach Smiley's team, the basketball teams are hard pressed to keep up with the football team on that scoreboard. So they'll be patient coming around left side now, working it down low, and good
great
defense.
job of triple teaming Devontae Jackson by the Apaches and forcing the turnover.
Collapsing all over him. And that time, just losing control. Sometimes you got to be smart as you create. Here's Diedrich going to the basket.
His first points of the game.
Nice explosion. He's got such a burst when he comes down. If he decides to go, he can get there in a hurry. 5 minutes left in the first half.
Doobie Thomas and Melvin Swift, Clarence Williams are going to check back into the game for the Cardinals.
Wide open 3 on the way. That's no good, but the offensive rebound and the putback, no
Miller
good.
missed the shot.
Anderson will get it out front to Basel. His shot is off. Rebounded by Jones.
Deidre's a little tired right now just looking at him. I think he probably needs himself a blow. And
Yeah.
4:34. It'll be interesting to see if Chris Bauman spells him before the first half ends.
But this pace is a grinder all the way. You know?
It absolutely is.
A little over 4 to go in 24-23. Adonis with a quick hand and a save to Basil.
Nice job by Adonis.
Gonna push, kick out for 3. Anderson from the left side is short, gets his own rebound, and can't get the finish.
Chance for Preston to really do some damage there and didn't do it. Great hustle by following this missed three-pointer in.
It's one of those frustration moments right now. You can see it all over his face as he went down court. About to have 4 fresh new bodies on the floor at the next stoppage of play. There's a foul. Reach by Anderson. Oh, they did get Brown. That was on 0. I was about to say, looked like Preston got a lot of ball, but it is caught on the big O, Nikolai Brown. So free throws coming for Tyler Miller.
Chris Bauman, like you said, is about to make mass substitutions. I think he thinks his squad is a little bit wasted. I know Deidre's looking to see if anybody's coming in for him.
Basil's just going to put his hands on his knees and take a couple of quick breaths here as it's 4 fresh bodies and number 11 staying in for red and white.
You don't see Deidre winded very much, but you can kind of read his body language now that he'd give anything for about 30 seconds over there on the bench.
Yeah, and he has only sat for probably 30 seconds or so this first half, if that long.
I'm not sure he's been off the floor.
Oh, that's right. Blanco did come in for Hagagal. So
yeah,
you're right.
You're counting timeouts.
Here's a swing back top of the key, trying to set it up. So they're being very patient. Go down, nice pass in the paint, but cannot get the shot to fall. Thomas
didn't get enough lift on it. We're tied at 24.
A little over 3 to go here in this first half, and Cardinals defense are going to be relied on heavily. Here's a nice take to the basket. No blocking.
The Cardinals went to sleep there on the boards.
Yeah, that I think if you look back across the way, Melvin Swift wasn't there for backdoor presence, and they collapsed on Williams, and Thomas collapsed on the ball. No one was there on the backside to defend. Backdoor pass is off and out of bounds. So turnover Trinity Valley. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first half of play. Apaches feeling good about themselves right here on the road and up anytime is a good thing. But you're right, as we alluded to earlier, the Apaches really need to gain some ground in conference play for that tournament seedings. They're just a few weeks away.
We are just a couple of weeks away from this regular season being over with, as hard as that is to believe.
Left baseline, nice collapse, and they find the open man, but they're getting killed down low on the
backside.
Yeah, there's no one putting a body, and it is easy buckets here in the last couple of moments. 4 minutes, or a 4-point lead with 2:15 to go. First half of play. Here is a setup, trying to free him. Nice crossover to pass from Hagagal. Blocking foul coming here.
Well, Sheldon got fortunate there because, boy, they were defending all over him, and he got caught. The foul, drew the foul, but it looked like he was in trouble there, maybe going to turn the ball over.
And John Paul had that look of, I was there first. Surprised I got called for the block there.
And Diedrich stays on the floor.
So with Sheldon having an opportunity to go to the free throw line here, 2 minutes left in the first half. Chance for Basil to catch his breath a little bit. He's gone the distance thus far in the first half. Hits the first one, so buys Diedrich a little more time to catch his breath. Gets a handshake out of that deal.
If I was Diedrich, I'd be untying my shoe quite often here and buying some time. But obviously Chris Bauman knows how far he can take his guard, so you don't have to worry about that. But you can tell that Diedrich would.
Not as much explosion. There's a steal from Foot after the great pressure in the corner, and then out of bounds. Dribbled it right off of his right side.
That's the 6th turnover against the Cardinals and the 5th against TJC.
So with 1:54 to go, it's a 2-point advantage, and Trinity Valley has had many opportunities this first half to kind of get on a run, and the Apaches, for what it's worth, have always been able to overcome that. Some of that has been because of the Cardinals. Some of it has been some nice rebound effort from the Apaches. Right side, long three, won't go. Basil with the rebound, up the floor for the Cardinals. Foot with a pass in to Williams. That's how you draw it up there. Quick, sharp snap passing. See if the Cards take advantage, and there's Basil. He will drive to the basket, shields himself with the defender, but there's Williams on the finish. The putback, and with
just
a minute
like that.
12 to go, it's a 2-point lead for the Cardinals. Close this half out. Trying to do so right now with a nice burst here in the final moments. Back down and the kick out. Being patient, still 15 on the clock. That is a tough one on Thomas. 2 free throws coming here.
Well, I thought Doobie done everything right. He held his position. He went straight up, didn't come over the top, and drew the contact.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that. And Clarence Williams pleading the case for his cohort in crime out there, as well as Chris Ballman. They're making the gesture straight up. He's straight up. So 52 seconds to go. Free throw here is good. So Faith Pope, chance to add to his points. 6'7" sophomore at the line, can tie it up. Second one is good. So Pope is 2 for 2 on that trip.
And again, at halftime over at Wagstaff Gym, the Cardinals led by a score of 33-32. So we're on the same pace game as we were about a month ago over at Wagstaff.
That is a dangerous pass.
Sure
nice recovery. Backdoor pass to Foot. Reverse layup, won't go. Gets his own rebound though. Hangs, won't go. Wow. Thomas had a crack at it, couldn't pull it down.
There are some opportunities there for the Cardinals at point-blank range, as they call it.
Those are big moments there, and a good job to close out this half by the Apaches, because Cardinals were on a bit of a run. So with 10 left, here they go. They'll dry it up. Thought about the three. Now the backdoor pass and the jam to end it. Faith Pope, the benefactor. 32-30 as we go to halftime. Cardinals trailing the Apaches on this Play for K Valentine's Saturday here in the Valley.
You are watching Cardinal basketball on the Cardinal Sports Network.
Today, the TVCC Cardettes hosted their annual dance clinic. For your halftime entertainment, the TVCC Cardettes and their guests will perform for you a multi-style dance routine that they learned at the clinic. Now sit back and enjoy the magic. Here they are, both present and future TVCC Cardettes!
Nothing ever out of place. It's the real deal, from the hills to the ice. Glamour City, where all the stars come out at night. When you know what you wanna be, you make a dream reality. That's the life for me. That's the life for me. Me. Come on, give me lights, camera, action. That's where everything happens. I need to live in that life so glamorous. It's a rush. Give me
Thank you, Cardettes and future Cardettes. Come on, let's give them one more big round of applause. Great job, future Cardettes. Fantastic.
And we are back at Leon Spitzer Court at Cardinal Gym. We're wrapping up halftime, about 3 minutes to go in the half. TJC leading the Cardinals, who are ranked number 8th nationally, 32-30, in a game that's been a slow-paced game, been a lot of action, but it's been a slow-paced game, but a game in which the Cardinals are looking to maintain their no worse than a 2-game lead over the Navarro College Bulldogs, with what would be 4 games left. And the Cardinals' next outing is a road trip to Corsicana on Wednesday to take on Michael Landers' Navarro squad at 7 p.m. at the Woolland Center on the campus of Navarro College. And that's the game that Tim Howard and KCKL will have for you Wednesday night. They'll hit the airways about 6:50. You can listen online at kcklfm.com, and of course in the Henderson County area and surrounding counties you can hear it on 95.9 FM. And Tim, as we come back in here, as the teams are getting ready to get the second half underway, no surprises really in that first half.
No, it's more of the same of what we saw this first time around with Trinity Valley and Tyler Junior College leading scorer for the Cardinals right now. A couple of fellas at the 6-point mark.
Yeah, you've got Clarence Williams and Preston Anderson both at 6 points. Of course, Preston's were both on 3-pointers. And Faith Pope leads the Apaches with 8 points coming on late there in that half when the Apaches kind of found a little bit of rhythm.
Number 44 for the Apaches has 6 as well. I won't say Okwara Abizi because
That's it.
You spelled it out though and helped me. So
I got it
I can't say that. I'll let you say Okwara Abizi. Did you see how I did that twice?
I like it. I can't Okwara Abizi. You got it. It's easy. What's hard about that?
Easy peasy. I mean, Hey, he's got 6 though, and the Cardinals have got to get that intensity up a little bit because this is one of those teams that it's much like Navarro. They're going to have a separate gear for when you're playing Trinity Valley.
Well, this is where the whole complexion of the league race changes if you happen to drop a game at home to Tyler, a team that you've already beaten on the road,
right.
And say Navarro wins tonight at Bossier Parish. Now you've got a 1-game lead over Navarro, and now all of a sudden you're going to Navarro's home court on Wednesday and playing where they're going to have a chance to beat you and be tied for the zone, the East Zone lead.
Change the whole complexion of the season, right?
I say all of that. Of course, the Cardinals are trying to protect that number 8 national ranking, which will come into play for an at-large berth if they need it. But I say all that, though, and Navarro and the Cardinals are both pretty well clear as far as getting a buys in the first round of the regional tournament, barring just a total collapse.
Total meltdown somewhere along the line. But, the exciting thing about this, we get to enjoy another half of basketball, and it is always exciting. Even if you're a little bit under the weather, you don't miss a game like this because it's just good stuff.
There's a message there somewhere, folks. As we get ready to start the second half, here's Tim Howard.
Thank you, Benny Rogers, and Cardinals will get the ball to start this second half at home here at Leon Spitzer Court on the campus of Trinity Valley College here in Athens, Texas. So Basil goes across right side. Hagagol took the pass there from Jackson over to Anderson, now back up top. Driving up, left-hander won't go, but Jackson with a rebound. He's going to get caught with a tie-up situation. That will be TJC's basketball with 19:39 left here. Quick turnover, and I thought for a second he was going to get a nice start to this second half. Basil so deadly with that left hand, clears with the right, and could not get that.
In the first half, the Cardinals turned it over 6 times, and TJC turned it over 5, but the Apaches turned it over there for their 6th turnover of the game. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I had this right, I think Diedrich played all 20 minutes in that first half for the Cardinals.
Boy, he's got to be, benefiting the most from that halftime because he took a lot of minutes in that first half, every one of them. Got to get these Cards hot here in the second. There's a long 3. That's one way to do it. Sheldon Hagagol with a 3-pointer to get the lead back for Trinity Valley.
That's the Cardinals' 4th three-pointer. Haggerty and Preston Anderson have 2 each.
So rebound is taken by Nikolai. Nick will.
And the Cardinals turn it over.
Boy, no sooner than you get into the transition, it's a turnover. So that's got to, Coach Chris Bauman not real happy with his team right now.
7 turnovers now for the Cardinals, who usually don't turn the ball over much in games. That's one thing you can say about the Cardinals. They're pretty good at protecting the basketball.
That crossover there freed up the shot to get it over to a wide open shot. He could not connect. Here's Haggerty all the way to the glass.
Well, he saw the opening, Tim.
Taking it strong to the basket. Bucket for the Cards, and a 3-point lead. Trinity Valley with a timeout on the floor.
And Marquis wants a timeout. He sees that the momentum has slipped over to the Cardinals now, and he wants to get a chance to reset his team. At the same time, he wants to slow the Cardinals down just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a 30-second timeout, try to calm things away, because one thing about Trinity Valley, they can put the pedal to the metal in a hurry. You look up and a couple of three-pointers, a fast break, and all of a sudden, whoa, what happened to this one-possession game?
You're talking about a 5-0 spurt now to start the second half, and this is not uncommon for the Cardinals. We have seen them play very well in the opening 5 minutes of the first half. Now, the exception being the last game that we had here on the Cardinal Sports Network, in which they, against Panola, they didn't have a good first 5 minutes of the second half, but they found that second gear beyond that.
Yeah, the Ponies got the better of them on that, but in the end, Trinity Valley was too strong, and I think that's a credit Coach Bauman. They make the adjustments at halftime. There's some good pressure defense, and out of bounds off of the Apaches. So Dale Jones could not control it on that sideline, and Trinity Valley gets the turnover.
Chance to build on the lead for the Cardinals.
So 35-32. Basil coming left side this time. Anderson thought about forcing it down low, but they're patient. We'll work it over on the right side.
Haggerty is the leading scorer on the floor for the Cardinals with 10.
Nice drive all the way up, and can't get it to fall, though. There's the offensive putback. Fouled. Going to the free throw line will be Devontae Jackson.
Yeah, great job of Devontae coming up with the rebound, and on the putback he's fouled, and Mike Marquis wants to question that one a little bit. Just get the officials' attention anyway, and Jackson will go to the free throw line. That's 3 fouls now on Okorobizi.
So if they can keep him having to change his game a little bit at the with foul trouble, that is a definite plus for the Cards. But missing the first free throw is Devontae, and goes 0 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that.
Get it down the floor quickly. Knock that one out of bounds.
You hear Chris Bauman, when Dale Jones touches the ball, number 33, hollering shooter, shooter, and he had 81 three-pointers coming into tonight's game, which is crazy.
And it's amazing. It's at 81. That's almost like that 70 number we were floating up a while ago about the Lady Cards. Shot on the way, won't go. And there's a rebound for Brown. Brown, Basil, Haggerty thought about forcing. He'll set it back up. Being patient as Diedrich, wide open three. Closeout is just enough. And the rebound coming for Aqua Abizi.
You got it. Aqua Abizi underneath.
Boy, look at that strength. He's a big kid.
He is a big
6'10",
kid.
freshman out of Sioux City.
Fouls on against Nick Brown.
Brown is, I don't know how much he weighs, but I'll tell you this, they're about the same height, but definitely two different body types.
Yeah, you're fixing to see Doobie come back into the game too to battle some of that inside dominance that TJC is trying to establish now. Okorobizi misses the free throw, but Doobie will have a way of kind of neutralizing that a little bit.
4 new players on the floor.
Everybody's on the off except Diedrich Basil.
Basil doesn't even look to the sideline anymore at this point. He's just grabbing some shorts. Now at this point in the year, he's got to really got to feel those little bumps and bruises and aches and up and down the floor. So Coach Bauman knows what he can get from his leader out there, and he's getting the work ethic in tonight as usual. 2-point lead for the Cardinals, 35-33. Going to set it up, trying to go left. Not there, so they're going to move back around and try to find another way to penetrate here. Foot, long three is way short. Hey, no help there inside, but that's because they weren't set up for a shot like that.
No, had plenty of time on the shot clock too. That was kind of a force.
Here's a pass down low, Akrabizi.
But you see what the presence of Doobie on Akrabizi made that time too. There wasn't that freedom down low, and it gave Adonis Foot a chance to double down on the ball.
And that does pay off for the Cardinals because they forced the ball out of bounds. They'll have to work it back in instead of having it 2 points away, 2 feet away.
Doobie did a good job of recognizing that inbounds pass too and batting it away.
Pope holds on the rim, no tech though because there's body underneath him, and they allow him to hold on to that rim to save himself from falling awkwardly.
Well, Doobie has really changed the inside game there on the defensive end.
Much like he did about a month ago in Tyler. If you remember that ball game, he's coming off of that bruised sternum and had a very physical game. There's a three-pointer on the way and just not enough. Offensive putback is more than enough though. Justin Thomas.
He has 5 points now.
Doobie. There's a steal from Diedrich. All the way to the glass, up and good. Count the basket, steal, and 6-point advantage for the Cardinals. Good closeout from Foot. Forced him to pass that one off. Baseline. Oh, might have got away with one. Faith Pope is going to the free throw line there.
May have gotten away with one being kind.
He's got a big smile on his face. As soon as that play was over, he kind of looks sheepishly at his coach like, yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep my eyes down right now because he was up and down with that ball.
No doubt.
So with the Cardinals at a 6-point advantage, that could have been huge. Mm-hmm. Now a chance to cut it to 4 with free throws. First one will go through.
Got a fortunate roll there. Faith Pope. In the first meeting between these two, he had 15 points. He currently has 8 points.
Second one is good. So with 3/4 of the second half still to go, it's a 4-point advantage for the Cardinals, who are going to get the ball around quickly. Looks like they've definitely got a little burst in their offense, and as soon as they see that, it's knocked away. But foul's coming here.
Yeah.
Before I could finish the thought, the turnover happened. But I was just about to say, Coach Ballman and the Cards definitely got a little more get up and go, and it was showing. They've had a couple of turnovers here in the last few moments, so a couple substitutions coming on here momentarily.
Shaw at the free throw line. He had 25 in the first meeting between these two, and he has currently just got 2 points in this one. So the Cardinals have done a good job of taking him out of becoming a factor in the game like he was at Wagstaff.
Yeah, the adjustment factor that we mentioned earlier, that is a great observance because he was lights out at Wagstaff. Misses the free throw there, so still 4-point lead.
Shaw's averaging 14.2 points on the season, and he gets that free throw to fall. Got 3 points in the game.
So with the Cardinals up by 3, Basil will come up trying to go right side this time. Thomas working that baseline. Williams, long shot, won't go, and Anderson almost tapped it back, could not get there. So here comes Stacy for the Apaches. Pope skip pass to Stacy, now up top to Ron. That's a good drive to the basket. Uses the left hand to finish.
Stacy now has 4 points in the game. 39-38 Cardinals at the 14:40 mark.
So with the ball in possession, Basil trying to get a little rotation going here, directing traffic. Tries to set up a screen, pulls the trigger for 3. Count the basket. It's a 3-pointer for Diedrich Basil. Basil connecting there.
He now has 7 points in the game.
So big shot there, makes it a 4-point advantage. Cardinals trying to get on one of those runs
Definitely need a spurt here, Tim.
Get a little bit of a difference in that board as far as they can here. Waiting for the defender to go by and then the shot, but no good. Akwabizi's got the putback, though, and then a rebound from Hagagal.
Man, Doobie's just really changed the complexion of this game being in there.
He's a difference maker, isn't he?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
You got a big body like that clogging the paint. It stops Akwabizi from being able to control. Should be an and one, no call, but the basket is good. Let them play here. Love the physical style of play, though. Actually, it's a good up and down pace. Shot way off the mark.
Again, who's there defending? Doobie Thomas.
Thomas is tremendous. There's a drive to the basket. Anderson looked like he had visions of jamming that one home. He's going to the free throw line.
Cardinals up 44-38. Preston Anderson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And we're going to have our media timeout, and you are watching Cardinal basketball on the Cardinal Sports Network.
Where you want your first scratch, Craig? Your choice.
What are you doing with that key, Jake?
I'm thinking of scratching your car.
Well, you should stop thinking that.
You're a little bit too precious with it.
Don't touch my dart, Jake.
Come on, it's for your own good. You'll thank me later. Move out of the way so you don't get hurt. I mean it. It's gonna happen.
Jake.
Might as well be from a
Step
friend.
back, Jake.
This basketball season, support your favorite team at Cardinal Gym. But if you can't be here, tune in live to Cardinal Sports Network on tvcc.edu for the best in sports coverage. Join Benny Rogers and Tim Howard as they host every game in the spring semester. Don't miss a minute of action, live or online on the Cardinal Sports Network. Saturday, February 21st, Cards take on Bossier Parish. Don't miss the action.
As we return to action at Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym, 13:28 left in the game. The Cardinals have moved out to a 44-38 lead. Preston Anderson at the free throw line for 2.
Anderson can't get the shot to fall there, and that's unfortunate. I thought moments ago he was going to bring this place to that explosion level that we thought it was going to get to a couple of different times today, driving for the basket and just denied, but goes to the free throw line, hits 1 of 2. So a 7-point lead all of a sudden. Cardinals trying to get that pace more to their liking here. There's a steal coming, forced by Hagel, and it'll be Basil back to Hagel for the basket.
Sheldon now has 14 points in the game.
That pressure's causing problems for the Apaches here. Really making them work, and they'll get it down low. Williams.
Got to be careful there, Clarence.
Was really close to getting a tee. Plays with a lot of passion, a lot of energy, but there's a fine line there between energy and showing up an official, and he had a long look at him. And
that's putting it kindly.
These guys have very thick skin, though.
Miller misses the free throw.
Well, that helped him out because it looked like he's going to have a dunk at first. Good close by Clarence. Gets him to the free throw line, so at minimum it's 1 of 2. Barring he doesn't miss the second one and get the offensive rebound, with being the only guy down there, 4 Apaches on the other end.
5 points now for Miller.
So it's an 8-point advantage for Trinity Valley. Under 13 to go in the ball game. Wide open 3. Count the basket.
Sheldon Hagel now has 3 3-pointers and 17 points in the game.
Stolen away. Anderson to get the jam. Anderson got that ball to Basil, then off to Hagel. Sheldon says, let me get the crowd on their feet. I'll dish this off to big Clarence, and they reward the big fella for the hustle, and he tears the rim off the rack. It is 52-39 TVCC.
Cardinals with their biggest lead of the game, and man, just Sheldon Hagel has hit 3-pointers. The Cardinals have 6 for the game, 2 to Preston Anderson, 1 to Dedrick Basil, and then the 3 to Hagel, as I mentioned, but he's leading all scorers with 17 points. And Tim and I have talked about it 2 or 3 times now, but this game really shifted because after TJC gained a little momentum, Chris Bauman brought Doobie Thomas in off the bench to shut that inside down, and once he's done that, he's opened up a whole new game for the Cardinals.
It's huge. The presence, just the factor of him being there causes them sometimes to not even attempt to go in. When they have gotten the ball down there, the shot has been changed. When he's went to the line, there's been some blocks, forced them to the line one time, but for the most part, they're not even looking that way. And then on the rebound side of things, he's controlling so many aspects of that game. It's a difference maker.
In the first meeting between these two, TVCC won 67-64. Sheldon Hagel only had 10 points in that game. So he's well above that now in this one, and he's been the bulk of the firepower for the Cardinals tonight.
So with a little over 12 and a half to go, it is 52-39. Cardinals bringing out the pressure D here out of the timeout. Trouble getting it across. Now they do. Coach Chris Bauman wanting that travel there.
It was close.
It was a close, and all that forced off of the speed of the defense there.
Don't want to let TJC set it up, and
there's another steal. Nice take, though, taken by Dominic Shaw, pass in the paint. Anderson going to be called for the block. Thought he might have drew a charge there for a second.
It was close.
So going to the free throw line again, it's going to be number 24, Tyler Miller.
He now has 7 points in the game.
Checking into the ball game for Dell Jones is going to be John Paul. John Paul, 6'11", out of St. Lucie. Missed it.
I will mention you got a John Paul on that team, and you got a Faith Pope.
Hey now, got it covered. Got it covered. 52-41, Cardinals with the ball and the lead, and working left side down low to Thomas. Goes left side, up and over, can't get the roll. I thought that was about to fall.
That was a big power move by Doobie, just didn't get the roll.
Got to see him do that a few times this season. It never gets old. He's so strong down in between the blocks.
Very important for the Cardinals here to D up and not let TJC set up outside the three-point arc.
Kick out over on the right side, and that ball almost gets away from him as he lost his footing.
10 on the shot clock.
Cards are really working hard. Yancey in the paint. Left-hander is good.
Little runner there.
Cuts it back to a 9-point lead, 52-43.
5 points for Levi Yancey, the sophomore out of White Oak, Texas.
So Sheldon will take it right side. Nice entry level. Backs him down, up, and did not get that. Well, you love to see him close that play out, because at the free throw line, sometimes he's challenged a little bit. We get 2 of them here. So see if he can come on and hit these free throws as we got more Cardinals about to check in. Looks like wholesale substitutions coming.
And Doobie misses the first free throw, and Jackson, Foote, and Blanco are going to check into the game for Williams, Anderson, and Hagel.
Thomas.
Staying on the floor will be Doobie and Dedrick.
So that's big there is, not so much the free throw there, but as much as his defense has contributed to changing the complexion of this ball game.
53-43.
It's a 10-point lead for Trinity Valley, who trailed by 3 at the break. Or 2, actually, 32-30. Shot on the way. Won't go, but an offensive rebound.
Yeah, you can't give up that offensive rebound there. Got to be very careful here and not let Shaw set up for outside shot, and he does, but he misses it.
Blanco will get that board and pass off to Dedrick. So with 10:15 to go, Cards up 10. Jackson will drive, now kick out. There's a Good thought. They'll settle it back up. Still 20 on the shot clock.
10 minutes left in the game.
Being patient. Long three on the way. Why not? Hey, he's one of those guys that has the green light. Kind of like when you got a baseball player who's hit 50 home runs. He's got the 3-0 count. A lot of times they give him the green light. Diedrich's earned that right.
Boy, Aldonis did a great job on his first chance at playing defense there, attempt to play defense, I should say, but then he came down the second time and got called for the hack. But Diedrich now has 10 points in the game. He's tossed in a couple of three-pointers here in the second half.
So with a little less than 10 to go in this ballgame, these free throws are going to start being very, very important. And that one goes in. It was an adventure for John Paul. He went high off the glass. I think it counts for 2, though, if you call it like that. Yeah. So an unorthodox shot there at the free throw line does get 1 of 2. So it's a 12-point advantage.
Every chance the Cardinals get now is will build on that lead here as they get coming to the offensive end, of course.
Jackson down low to Thomas. Jump stop in the paint. Just a little bit short. More free throws coming.
Mike Marquis is asking for the officials to police Doobie in the lane a little bit more. I think he thought he was camped out there that time.
Yeah, you got to get in and out there, and looked like he had been in there for a while. Free throw.
Doobie's got to hit his free throws. It's one thing to be a defensive factor like he's been, but you got to hit your free throws.
And at some point, Coach Bauman will make a decision, or is it worth that defensive presence, or he does get 1 or 2 again. So. But, boy, very demonstrative at the line. Really frustrated with himself a little bit. You can see he's struggling.
Doobie was 7 points. He had 18 points in the first meeting.
Oh, almost lost that on the baseline. Jones does a good job to pick it up, though, right before it hits out of bounds.
Great job that time by the Cardinals of denying the reverse layup, getting the turnover out of bounds. That's 10 turnovers now for the Apaches. They've had 5 here in the second half. They had 5 in the first half. The Cardinals have only turned the ball over 8 times, which is saving possessions there. And you make the most of the possessions that you get. And coming up on the 9-minute mark, and one Diedrich Basil has played the entire game so far.
Yeah, and Basil continuing to operate the offense here as he'll go left side now, swings it back over to DeLepso. Being patient, they got Aldonis trying to set the screen, gets it. There's that three-pointer, this time off. Rebound.
Yeah, he was way off the mark that time. That may be coming from being just a little bit tired now, too. He's not giving us enough lift into the ball.
And he's been out there for all of this entire ball game. It starts to take its toll on you.
Cardinals have got a D up along the arc, beyond the arc.
Three-pointer on its way. No good.
Wildly no good. Dale Jones, who's got 81 three-pointers.
Here's Aldonis, thought about the 3 now, driving left baseline, count it, and the basket is going to go to the free throw line. Aldonis Foote, the sophomore from Peoria, puts that one through. He gave it that good head fake and drive left baseline. Just so hard to stop.
Cardinals now have opened up a 15-point lead, looking to build on it now with the Foote at the free throw line at the 8:19 mark. Sophomore out of Peoria, Illinois.
It's that one to get the Cardinals to the 60 milestone with 8:19 to go.
He's now got 5 points in the game, Aldonis does.
Trinity Valley bringing the pressure here, trying to get the turnover. They just get it before Basil could steal that one away. So with a little over 8 to go, it's a 16-point advantage. Cards packing it back in defensively. Working it around the perimeter. There's a three-pointer on the way. Won't go. Williams will control. Miller gave a little shove there. There's a pass. He was expecting Nick to go to the basket, I think.
It's 9 turnovers now for the Cardinals. TJC from three-point range is shooting 44.4% on the season, but they're not hitting that tonight, which is to the Cardinals' advantage and credit. The Cardinals are D'ing up along beyond the arc.
That defense has been magical for Trinity Valley here, working extremely hard. Now there's almost another steal. That'll end up going into the front row. Rebound, or
Berta Wynn with the steal there.
Well, we've seen Berta Wynn. She knows what to do with the basketball. A couple weeks ago at the Harlem Ambassadors game here at TVCC, she was literally the high point player. I think she had gotten some coaching there from Coach Ewing and Coach Ballman.
I thought she was going to say Trace gave her the coaching. I was going to debate that issue.
Yeah, no, I know Trace a little bit. Actually, Trace and Berta both had a neat honor. They helped raise $1,000 at halftime. We got to see that in the first game of the doubleheader, going towards the Play for K game here tonight. Here's a nice drive in the paint, shot.
Well, there was a lot of contact there. You could just pick any player and call a foul there.
Yeah, it's coming here. Going to be against
Tyler Miller.
So 2 free throws for Aldonis Foote.
First time around, the Cardinals beat the Apaches in a game played at Wagstaff Gym last month, 67-64. We're at 60-44 at the 7:04 mark. The Cardinals will maintain no worse than a 2-game lead in the East Zone of Region 14 Conference with a win here tonight. Navarro is at Bossier Parish tonight, or this afternoon.
So the first free throw on the way, and count the basket there for Foote. Aldonis now with 6 points. He's got 3 here in the second half. We can connect here on the number 2. Trinity Valley has looked like a different ball club in the second half, Benny. They've really came out on fire.
Well, it's been defensive led too, I think. Once Doobie Thomas came into the game, it changed the whole complexion defensively. They got some steals out front then.
2 for 2, that trip down, so that'll extend that lead up to 18. Under 7 to play. Tipped away, Brown to Blanco, out front to Basil for the jam. No, layup is good, and it is a 20-point advantage. That's explosion right there. I might have had one dribble getting it down the floor.
20-point lead for the Cardinals.
So with a little over 6:30 to go, the Cardinals defense trying to rise to the occasion. They've only gotten 12 points here in the second half. Shot on the way. That's no good, but kept alive by hustling Levi Yancey, and eventually back up top to Jones. His 3, no good. This time it'll be Shaw. Kick out pass to Pope. Pope over to Shaw.
Well, the Apaches just came by a 3-pointer. I think they've missed 8 or 9 in a row now.
Yeah, and Levi got that off his rebound, and then to Noah Bell. Here comes Trinity Valley back down the floor. So Diedrich says, okay, slow it down. I don't have a problem with that. I'm okay.
So I played the entire game, fellas. This is good with me.
Yeah, it's a 14 on the shot clock. Now driving kick out for Williams. 3-pointer on the way, won't go. Rebound by Yancey. Here comes Shaw and the Apaches. They trail by 20.
They're going to start shooting those 3-pointers more frequently, I think, now. And they've been shooting at a pretty good rate here in the last couple of minutes, but they have got to make up some points in a hurry now.
They're going to get into the paint now. That was almost a
almost got a conventional 3-point play.
Foul coming against Clarence Williams. Clarence will pick that one up.
Jeremy Adams is going to check into the game for the Apaches, a 6'6" freshman out of Houston, Texas. I don't know that he's been in the game tonight, so Mike Marcus is using this opportunity to get him some playing time, and he may be a 3-point shooter as well. Darryl Stewart's going to check into the game. He's averaging 7.3 points on the season. Free throw attempt is no good. Apaches have struggled a little bit at the free throw line here in the second half.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're trying to climb back in, and then the free throws aren't falling. The 3-pointers certainly have not been, and you can't buy a basket at this point. It's got to be a tough situation to try and fall back out of that hole.
Yeah, subs all the way around except for one person.
I'm guessing.
Maybe Diedrich's being punished. I'm not sure. No, we kid about that. Diedrich can handle this, and Chris Bauman knows what he can handle.
Yeah, Coach Bauman is over there just pushing that point guard a little bit. He, look on that free throw line. I don't know if you noticed, as he's in the paint, he's got the hands up, old school, like back when you and I played, working in there. He's like, I'm up for a challenge. I'm not going to put my hands on my knees. I'll just hold them out here and get them up in the air.
Full court pressure by the Apaches.
64-45, Trinity Valley leading handily. Oh, Williams gets fouled. And as he's going, walking away, Ronnie Stacy looks at the official and says, "Travel? No, it will be a foul." So 1-1 coming here.
Both teams are in the bonus.
Might have traveled, but there was a reason for it, the official says to him. So 1-1 time here. See if Clarence can get a little confidence at that free throw line. Had a frustrating ball game the other night.
Didn't play a lot in the game.
Couldn't get into the rotation very well.
Got 8 points in this one. Has not hit a free throw yet.
So we can get to the 10 mark here. Missed that one. So still no double figures, but a double figure lead.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark.
64-45. Anderson went for the thief. Now the shot won't go. Rebound, Haggerty.
He'll get one. Yeah, Mike Marquis just dropped his head down, so I don't know what we got to do to get one to fall.
That ball is going to be taken by Diedrich. Timeout taken by Coach Chris Bauman.
He took mercy on Diedrich there.
Yeah. And a little bit of a smile from Diedrich as he's heading to the sideline. Doesn't make eye contact with Chris Bauman, though. He's going to get over here and sit on that bench, rightfully so. Played the entire ball game, done a great job leading this Cardinal team. They're up 19 with just a little over, I don't actually know, just about 3.5, 4 minutes.
4:48 to go. We should mention the Cardinals will be on the road Wednesday going to Corsicana to take on Navarro. That game will start at 7 p.m. at the Woolard Center. You can listen to that game on KCKL 95.9 FM or online, audio only, at kcklfm.com. The Lady Cardinals, we should mention, will be on the road as well Wednesday. They go to Lufkin to play Angelina in a 5:30 contest. Sometimes Angelina will webcast those games, so I will check that for you. And if you will follow me on Twitter at TVCC Sports, again, that's at TVCC Sports, I'll get that information on there. I'll also get it on the college's Facebook page if I see where that game's going to be webcast. But you can listen to the Cardinals, and Tim Howard will have that call for you Wednesday in Corsicana. And game time's at 7. Tim will hit the airways about 6:50. Invite you to listen to Tim on KCKL 95.9 FM. Back to play here, 64-45 Cardinals, 4:48 to go.
Thank you, Benny Rogers. Yeah, this is shaping up to be another Cardinal win, and then that would make that one come Wednesday night. Another fun battle between a couple of Highway 31 rivals. Here is a foul coming. So more free throws. 1-1 effort here going to the free throw line for Trinity Valley. It's going to be number 13, Clarence Williams, going back to the free throw line. Foot about to check in for the Cardinals. So with a little less than 5 to go in this thing, Trinity Valley is doing what they need to do, except at the free throw line right there to close this thing out.
Another miss by Williams, his second of the game. In 2 attempts.
64-45, Trinity Valley leading. Yancey swings it left side. There's that baseline jumper. Boy, it's a long afternoon for the Apaches. And on that bench, even the players showing a lot of frustration, hands to the temple of the head. They're like, wow, what do we got to do here? Not getting anything to fall. And a credit to the Cardinals defense that has been hovering. And
it has been outstanding in the second half, no question about it. TJC had that little spurt, and then they changed that momentum around with Doobie Thomas, and it's been a different ball game since then.
10 on the shot clock. Card's going to now have to hustle. Driving to the basket. Up and dunk home. Basil's so awesome on that drive. They run that about as good as you can. Down to 10. He drives, and they get the dunk from Doobie Thomas.
And another missed three-pointer by the Apaches as Dale Jones firing away, but he comes up long with the shot.
So with a little under 3.5 to go, Cards cruising here at Leon Spencer Court on the campus of Trinity Valley College in Athens. Thought about a three, and they're going to run it down now with 10. Here they go. They set it up again. Driving all the way up and good with the layup. count the basket this time for Basil.
Now has 14 points. His average is 14.4. He had 18 in the last game.
He has played all of this one tonight. Working hard. There's a ball that almost ended up with Kevin Lilly. He was ready on the assist. There's a save. No, did get to the baseline.
And Dedrick Basil is going to go to the bench with 2:49 left in the game, having played the entire game up until that point. And Dedrick's going to leave with 14 points, a couple of big steals, several assists, and boy, he's just making a case to be league MVP.
And I was about to say, he's probably the most valuable player in this, not only on this team, but in this league, as he got a big hand from Coach Chris Ballman as he was coming off. And that is a great effort by your field general. Basil, the sophomore out of Houston.
Going to be hard to replace.
Yeah, and that's one thing about it is when you got a guy with his kind of talent, you love to watch it, but then after it goes away, it's not an easy fix. So
I have found myself the last couple of weeks thinking, man, it's just going to be tough not to have Dedrick on the floor next year.
And as you've said on numerous occasions, he's a fun player on and off the court, always well respected, and carries himself the right way. It's good to see, as a lot of these guys do. It's a real good experience getting to be around some of these players and watch them mature and grow and get their education here at Trinity Valley.
Here's a very telling stat, I think, Tim, as Pope tries to hit the second free throw and doesn't hit it. Shaw for the Apaches has 3 points. He had 25 in the first meeting.
Wow, the difference in this ball game is 22. The difference in his point production, 22. Drive by Hagel all the way up on a pass, or the rebound, the putback is good.
Williams now has double digits. He's got 10 points in the game. And the Apaches are calling a substitution timeout, I think.
Yeah, I think that's all they wanted was just a
substitution timeout.
So they will,
with 2:25 to go, we're at 70-46 as the Apaches use a substitution timeout.
It keeps them from having to actually burn the whole 30. And
I mean, Mike Marks is saying, what can I do at this point? So.
Yeah, give my players some opportunities to get some moments, and we don't need to go through a formality here with a 24-point lead. Drive, pass in the paint. They're going to get Blanco on the hold.
I think it's going to send Yancey to the free throw line.
Levi Yancey out of White Oak, and you mentioned that he's got to wear some hardware with that state championship.
I think he did as a senior. I believe they won that's the year that they won the state championship. I do.
So with a chance to go to the free throw line here, a little over 2 to go in this ball game. Game's already, for the most part, been decided by how much yet to be discovered. So with Williams checking out, it'll be into the ballgame for the Cardinals, Jerry Luckett Jr.
What a turnaround, though, from a 67-64 game in Tyler to what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, and even at the break here, Trinity Valley was down 32-30, and now they've rattled off 40 here in the second half, and only 15 for TJC, so quite the difference here in the second half. Being very patient, Blanco's going to dribble this thing down, still 20 on the shot clock. They'll probably get to about 10 before they go.
Hagler thought about pulling the trigger on a 3.
Now 13, he'll pull it. There it is, off, and Luckett can't get up for the board. It's rebounded. Here comes to the basket. Stacy finding a man, passing it off to D'Souza. Coheen D'Souza with the basket. So that'll make it 70-49. Minute 25 left in this one. Cardinals cruising here and going to the free throw line. Aldonis Foote. Officials would like to put the whistle away, but when you get plowed over like an 18-wheeler hit you, you just can't let that one go. So Foote will be the benefactor going to the free throw line.
Got fresh legs coming into the game. Ronald Johnson's going to check in for the Cardinals. This is Jacoby Bush, number 12, and Ladarian Choice, number 23.
First one on the way is good. 71-49 now.
Foote now with 8 points in the contest.
So Trinity Valley looking to improve to 14-2 in conference play. This will be their 24th win on the year. Can't connect on the second one.
And Foote had hit 5 straight free throws until he with that miss.
It's good to see. He did struggle a week or so ago. There's a long three, no good. Luckett gets the rebound for the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals can kind of take their time now. They're not in any hurry, although these kids on the floor haven't seen a lot of playing time, so they're wanting to put up some shots, I'm sure. But guarantee you, Adonis Foote's not shy about putting it up.
Wow, what a move. Does a 360 top of the key, goes left side.
Now it's 10 points.
Now in double figures. Here come the Apaches with 35 seconds left and 30 on the shot clock. Still by Foote. Gets it out front, going all the way to the glass, up and left it short. And here come the Apaches now.
Cardinals with just 3 turnovers here in this second half, Tim.
That's impressive, and that's going to be a kick ball there on number 12 for Trinity Valley, Jacoby Bush, the freshman out of Houston.
The Apaches have turned it over 13 times, 8 of which have been in the second half.
So night and day, tell of 2 halves, if you will. Cardinals outplaying it here in the final moments. And so I thought we were about to have this thing come to an end, but we get a little foul down in the paint.
Cardinals are looking to win for an 11th straight time on the season and improve to 24-3 overall and protect that number 8 national ranking.
Well done, and congrats to Coach Chris Ballman. Got Cards playing at a high level here. As you said, the number 8 ranked team in the nation in JUCO. What an afternoon of basketball here. The Lady Cardinals getting their 70th conference win in a row. The men getting their 24th win of the year. Here in 10 seconds, it'll be official. Final score as they look to dribble it out, 73-50. Aldonis psyched out one of his friends over there, did the head fake for baseline dunk, but that would have got him in the record book or point scorebook, but it's 73-50 the final. Cardinals over the Apaches.
That is our final. The Cardinals improved to 24-3 overall, 14-2 in the conference. TJC falls to 8-8 in conference play and 18-8 on the season. The Cardinals were led by Sheldon Haggerty with 17 points. Dedrick Basil had 14. Adonis Foote had 10. Clarence Williams had 10. Justin Thomas had 9, but was a big factor defensively. The leading scorer for the Apaches wound up being Faith Polk with 11 points. He was the only double-digit scorer, as opposed to the first time around when they had a couple players in double digits, including Shaw's 25 points. Our next broadcast, webcast, and the final ones of the season for the regular season are going to be a week from tonight when the Lady Cardinals and Cardinals will be at home at 4 and 6 p.m. against Bossier Parish. That's on February the 21st. The Lady Cardinals are on the road Wednesday. They go to Lufkin to play Angelina at 5:30 p.m. The Cardinals will be in Corsicana to take on Navarro at 7 p.m. Tim Howard and KCKL 95.9 FM and KCKLFM.com will have that game for you. Until next Saturday night when we have Cardinal and Lady Cardinal basketball for you for the entire Cardinal Sports Network team, this is Benny Rogers bidding you good night from Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym.